So this is the dial side of the movement. That is the side that have the gears and the parts responsible from transmitting the energy from the other side of the movement to this side, and also to move the hands. And as you already know, as we pull the crown, it goes to the stage that we can set the time. And now I'm showing you exactly how this system works. By the way, as curiosity, usually the way that the dials are fixed on the movement is by these. It have small pins that we call as feet, the dial feet, that is fixed on the movement by these very small screws here. So to remove the dial, we just have to loosen up a little bit these screws. And here you can see the small dial feet. And here you can see the movement without the dial, but with the hands on its place. So you can see exactly how these gears work together one with another to make the hands move in different speeds. If you see this closer, you can see how the movement from one gear is transmitted to the other one and divided or multiplied by the pinion. So as you can see here, part of the force from the crown goes through this small pinion here, through this gear that we call as the minute wheel. So the main part of the minute wheel, the bigger part, connects directly to the center wheel. Actually not directly, but through a very important part called cannon pinion that I will show you in a few moments. And it connects to the hour wheel through this pinion, which is just a reduction to move the hour wheel, where the hour hand is mounted, of course. So as you can see, the minute hand goes over the hour hand and mounted directly on the center wheel. Then the energy from the center wheel go to the minute wheel and is divided to make the hour wheel right above to spin much slower. So if we remove the hand, you will see how one ISO goes inside the other. And this is what you have, how and why you can make the hands turn in different speeds. If we remove the hour wheel here, it's completely loose. What you see right below is the minute wheel and the cannon pinion. The cannon pinion is also a very important part of the movement, because this is exactly what is responsible to permit you to set the hour and make the hands go backwards without reversing the movement of all the wheels. And this is how you divide the speed from a wheel that turns at a speed of 1 turn per hour to another wheel that turns once every 12 hours. Pretty simple, isn't it? here you can see how the ISOs turns in different speeds. And what you're seeing here is one of the biggest secrets of a movement is this special part here is the cannon pinion. This is what lets you set the time without affecting the movement of all the other gears. You can even make the hands go backwards without reversing the movement of all the wheels. As you can see here, the watch keeps working normally, but I can just make the hands go forward or backwards, and it keeps working without reversing the direction of the gears. And this is possible because this small pinion here is mounted by friction on the center wheel. And of course, this is a point that it's very important that it's lubricated so it can slide over the ISO of the center wheel without affecting it. So it permits the movement of the hands to be completely independent of the spinning direction of all the gears. So when it's the watch is working normally, it have friction enough to make the hands to turn in the same direction of all the gears, but it also have the capability of slide. So if you make a force on the opposite direction, you can make the hands to go backwards. And here it is, the ISO of the center wheel where the cannon pinion is mounted. And what you're seeing here is exactly what we call the keyless system. This is a system that allows you to set the time and wind the watch. And why it's called like that? Because before its invention, that by the way, it was invented by Patek Philippe in 1841. Yes, that's right, it's 1841. And before that, the watches, and in this case pocket watches, they used keys to either set the time or to wind the mainspring. And this is why it's called keyless, because it allows you to set the time and also wind the watch without the use of a key. You can make both functions with the same, through the same part, through the same component. And what you see here is the clutch. Because it acts exactly like a clutch, it allows you to connect to one side or the other through this small part here, which is the sliding pinion, because as the name say, it have the capability of slide through the winding stem. So it can slide to connect either to the fixed pinion that transmits the energy to the transmission wheel that goes then to the ratchet and then to the mainspring. If we turn the crown backwards, you can see that it also have the capability of sliding and not moving the fixed pinion, or to engage the fixed pinion when you turn the crown forward. Or when you pull the crown, it clutch and connects to the other side, which is that small pinion that connects to the minute wheel and the hour wheel, and then you can set the time. This is actually very simple. What makes it to jump into one stage or the other is the pressure of this spring. It makes pressure against this part that we call the setting lever, and it has small notches so we can go from one stage to the other in a consistent way. And the setting lever also have a small pin inside that is responsible to keep the winding stem in place. The winding stem have a small notch that it's exactly where the pin goes, so it can hold the winding stem in place and keep it from coming out completely when you pull it. So here we are removing the setting lever's jumper and spring plate, and what you can see here is the setting lever. Here, without the winding stem, we can remove the minute wheel, the transmission pinion, the sliding pinion, and the fixed pinion. And that's it. Hope you like it. Hope you learned something new from this video. Don't forget to click on subscribe button in case you didn't yet, and keep following.